All right, what's up, guys? It's your boy, the Patriot, coming to you again with another episode of Battle of the Bags, or BOTB. We are on season 2. This is now episode 5. Sorry about the glare from the sun. I'll try and block it with my big head. How's that? There we go. All right, so last time you guys checked in, we had the wife edition with my beautiful wife, Rebecca Noobs, aka the Noobs. She was throwing my Wizards, which was the current champion, and I was throwing the Brotherhood Guardian XHs. Got the win with the XHs. Felt good. We were having fun. And so today we are going to be bringing the Brotherhood Guardian XH against the BG Wizard L. All right, so the XH. This is a hybrid carpet, and this is a 5.9 speed rating, meaning that the slow side is a 5, fast side is a 9. The Challenger is the Wizard L. Now, the other Wizards we used, you notice they didn't have an L. The L just means this is a lighter version, meaning the fill is a little bit lighter. This is a 6.9, and this is a herringbone material on the slow side. So the 6.9 meaning that the slow side is a 6 and the fast side is a 9. Y'all should know the concept by now. We play a game of 21. I play against myself unless we have some special guests. But we go to 21 cancellation scoring, meaning if I get one in with this and one in with this, cancels out. First bag to 21 wins. Now, I will tell you, I try and do my best to throw these like I would in a game. I am not swaying one way or the other. I will tell you, though, that BGs are my favorite bag. I love throwing BGs. The Wizards, the ones that Rebecca or Becky was throwing last episode, the purple and yellow, they look like Minnesota Viking colors. Sorry, any Viking fans, but I had just won them in a raffle, but I love those. So BG is my jam. BG is what I'm most comfortable with. As you all know, a lot of my friends on here who watch this, I am trying to develop a roll shot. My cut shot is there, and that tends to be a little bit better when I'm using a bouncier and more sticky bag like the BG Wizard, the BG Wizard L, even the King Slayers. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump on here because of the Guardian XHs winning last episode. They will get first bag, and again, we're just going to 21 cancellation. Let me know if you guys can, hear me. If there's any issues, you guys have any questions, but don't be blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. It is bright, but it is starting to come down. All right, let's go. Oh, Wizard came off. Oh, just short. That light from the sun is making it a little bit difficult. There we go. Oh, all right. So we got 2 in for the Guardians and 3 on for the Wizards. So that is a 6-3, meaning we got 3 points for the Guardians. Again, I apologize for the sun. Not like I can really do much about that, but let me know if you can hear it or not. All right, so Guardians are up 3-0. Oh, thought I was going to cut it, but I didn't. Oh, wrong aiming there. All right, go hit it. Come on. All right. All right, so I got 3 in for the Guardian and 2 in for the Wizards. That's a 9-8. So 1 point for the Guardian. All right, so we are up 4-0 right now with the Guardians. Feeling pretty decent about the throws. This way is a little bit easier. Throwing into the sun is harder. Got anybody on there yet? No? All right, here we go. All right, so we got 4-0 right now for the Guardians. Oh, just over the hole. All right, Wizards in. Oh, again, just over. Yeah, that went right. Straight up the middle for that. Match it. There it is. All right. So we got, that's an 8-8 wash. All right, we got 2 in and 2 on for both. So we are still at 4-0 Guardian XHs. Haven't really had a lot of opportunities to try and throw anything crazy, but I've started to really pay attention to just going up the middle. You know, even in tournaments, stop trying to throw crazy shots when you don't need it and just get up the middle. Oh, that one was a little right. There you go. Ooh, a little bully there. And that one slid. Wow, that's back-to-back washes. That was a 10-10 wash. Who we got? We got anybody out here? Who we got? Say what's up. All right, so anyways, that's a 10-10 wash. Wizards are still down 0-4. But like I said, you know, I've really started to try and stop doing unnecessary shots, which can be very humbling, you know, because you learn a shot like between a roll shot and a cut shot. Cut shot tends to be one of my better shots. I think just because the development of the roll has been a little bit harder for me because most of the throwing that I do is downstairs in our basement, which is a little bit lower ceiling. And so for a roll shot, you need to release a little bit higher. And I tend to hit the ceiling. So can't do that as much as I can throw cut. Oh, that one went off. So like I said, you know, you're so hyped up for, you know, using a shot that works well for you that sometimes you might end up using a shot that you don't need. All right, especially with a roll. You know, like I'm not going to try and roll over a single blocker, right? Oh, that one just went off. Oh, it stayed on. I'm not going to roll over a single blocker if I really don't have to. I may try and do a cut roll, or depending on if I'm on the inside of the board over the hole, I might throw a bully bag into that left corner of their bag. But the roll shot tends to get in your head and you think you have to shoot it, which you don't. All right, so I have 2 in and 1 on for the Guardians, which is 7. And then, yeah, 2 in and 1 on, so it's a 7-7. So another wash. All right, that's 3 washes in a row. We're still up. The Guardians are still up 4-0 right now. I knew on some of those releases, they were releasing a little bit hard. I got to work on just finesse. That one's right. Man. There he is. That's a little left. Oh, that's short. I hit my leg. Nope. Get up there. Yeah. All right, so I have 2 in and 2 off for the Guardians, and I have 1 in and 2 on, right? So that's 6-5. Guardians still got a point. All right, that's 5-0 right now. Every now and then I see those ducks come out of my hand, just flopping around. All right, 5-0. I can't even see. All right, that one went in. Oh, that was front of the board. That slid in. A little right. Yeah, that's sun, man. That's another one in. Ooh, front boarded it again, came off. All right, that is a 4-bagger for the Guardians. And that one slid in. All right, so that's 12-4. Yeah, so 8. So 14-0 right now. Oh, no. 13. Yeah. 13-0 right now. Guardian are beating the Wizard Elves. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't see much. Like, once I released the bag, I could not see where that was going. Alright, so 13-0 for the Guardians. Oh, that's a little block. Alright, so again, let's try and just hit that corner. Ooh, almost. Now, normally I would go fast side on this, try and collect. But I am going to try and keep it a little bit lower and bring it closer. Sort of. So now I'm going to try that roll. And clearly it didn't work. So now again, I think normally I would try a fast side down, but we're just going to collect it. Look at that. Oh, wow, that didn't go in. I pushed the 1. So now here's the problem in a real situational game. If I slid up here, I'm probably going to hit that Guardian in. So what I might end up doing is trying to throw a soft. I was trying to throw a block. I don't think that worked too well. All right. See if we can get this other one. Oh, I got 1 in. All right, so then with this Wizard, I'll throw fast side down. Oh, thought I was going to hit it. All right, so that is an 8-3. So 5. It's 18-0 right now. 18-0 for the Guardians against the Wizard Elves. We can close it out here. Again, here goes this freaking sun. Guardians in for 3. Wizard in for 3. Oh, that's a little bit right. Oh, right in front of the hole. So this is what I was talking about. So this one here, I'm going to try and just hit the corner of that Guardian. Oh, that was too hard. Trying to hit that Guardian, just take a little corner and go around it, but oh, that one got moved. Got to work on the finesse shots. All right, that Guardian went in. Too much? Just enough. All right, so got one Wizard off. So that is 10-7. We're at 18. That's 3. That's game. All right, so 21-0. It was a skunk. It was a skunk from the beginning. All right, guys, so here we go. Oh, I got to block the sun again. All right, so gallant effort. The Wizard Elves were washing some of them out. We were getting a couple of ties. But in the end, the winner is the Brotherhood Guardian XH. The H, again, stands for heavy, just means that there's a little bit heavier fill inside here. Whereas on the L, different from the regular Wizard, the L has a lighter fill. The slow sides, we have the herringbone for the Wizard, and we have a hybrid carpet for the Brotherhood. I do like how the Brotherhoods feel in my hands. I will say it was very difficult trying to shoot into the sun that direction. I'll go back and check, but I think I did better shooting in this direction. But again, the reason behind recording this series is just to get people used to different types of bags. There are so many different bag companies out there. These are just 2 of them. BG, which stands for Bag Gods, G-O-D-Z. That's my favorite brand. The Wizards are my all-time favorite just because they work well with my type of shots. You know, when I'm trying to shape them, cut shots, roll shots, flop shots, whatnot. But Brotherhood has a lot of ACL pros, you know, out there in tournaments doing very well. There's AAR. A lot of people are using the Rippers. Lucky Bags. Ultra is another brand. Ultra, you'll see a lot of the Viper R's. I have a set of the Viper R's. They're a very fast bag, even the slow side, so it's taken me a while to get comfortable throwing that. Now I'm not so scared of the speed. I just know I got to release a little bit higher to slow down some of that speed. But the whole point of this series is just to get people comfortable with the bags, the nomenclature, you know, the lingo of bags, because it is a very fun sport, extracurricular activity. It's not just in your backyard now. And what I've told people is if you can learn the concepts and the basics of throwing bags and throwing bags with intent, you know, like when people talk to me about practicing, I don't just come out here and throw for an hour on an open board just trying to run bags. That's another term, running bags, where you're just going up the middle. I'm placing different bags on the board in different spots and putting my mind and my muscle memory into positions where I would be in a tournament or in league play, and trying to, you know, make those types of shots. Because after you do it over and over and over again, when you get to a tournament or a real game, those shots will come like this. you won't be contemplating, because I will tell you, the people that contemplate and who are sitting there being very, very nervous, they tend to make poor shots. But the person that can walk up, look at the board, look at what's presented to them, and make their shot and take that shot that they've practiced thousands of times, they're going to do a lot better. That's what leads me to my next point about grip. So a lot of people had asked me what type of grip I use. So there's a bunch of grips. I even seen a new grip. It's called a taco grip. They literally fold it up like a taco. And the way that they throw it, they can throw it and get it to come out flat. Not me. I'm not going to be able to do that. What I do, and you'll see it every time, I'm trying to block the sun out, but I'll shake the beans in the palm of my hand, and then I do what's called a butterfly grip. I pinch the middle, and I don't know if you can see, but it kind of looks like two butterfly wings, right? One here, one here. All right. So the butterfly grip is what works the best for me, and I'll tell you why. And I see a lot of people using the butterfly grip. So if you're using a 50-50 grip, which a lot of people will do, all they're doing is they're holding it in their hand and they're just putting their thumb in the middle. Okay. I've seen people who hold on the corner and throw. I've seen people who do, it's called the gunslinger, where you literally have 3 fingers on the back and 1 finger over. And this is a good throw. I did experiment with this a couple of times, but what it allows you to do is you flick that corner, and it gives you a little bit more speed and rotation. Now, when we talk about a flat bag, when you're throwing, you don't want your bag to be going all over the place, because then when it hits, you have no control of which direction it's going to move on the board. If you have a bag that comes out tilted, where this side is tilted up towards the right, when it hits the board, it's going to cut to the left. It's called a right to left cut. Right-handed people have a natural right to left cut. To throw a reverse cut, you would have to reverse your grip and have it where the left side is up, and then it would hit and move. So again, if you can silence as much as you can in your backswing and coming through on your release, and have that bag come out flat, then when you want to change to a cut shot or a roll shot, so a cut shot, I'm still butterfly gripping it, but instead of holding it here and releasing straight where I'm trying to get a flat bag, I'm tilting just a little bit right before I go back. So I don't know if you can see this, but here's my flat bag. I'm tilting it just a little bit for a cut shot. Now my backswing is still the same, and I'm coming through and I'm releasing with it slightly tilted. I'm releasing a little bit higher, and then all it's doing is coming out of my hand, and it's tilted to that right side, and whatever direction it's tilted to, it's going to cut in that opposite direction. So you got to experiment in different grips. Now, the butterfly grip is just what works for me and what I see a lot of people using, but I've seen other people who are able to do different types of grips. So again, like I said, practice with intent. Come out here or wherever you can, those of you who are bag players, and practice with intent. Put yourself in game-like situations so that you can throw it over and over and over again in your sleep. And then when you come out to a tournament and you're presented with a shot where, like I did down there, do I throw a roll or do I throw a cut? You won't have to take the guesswork, the time to guess, because you'll already know, because you had seen that at home. So now you're just getting into your normal stance, and you're throwing a cut, and you're throwing a roll. Whatever you got to do, even if you got to throw a block, a block shot is one of my favorite shots. All right, 9 out of 10 times, if my first one doesn't go in, it's a block. All right, I'm setting a block usually in someone else's lane. I'm going to make them do the work. I'm going to make them try and get over that shot or over that block. And 9 out of 10 times or 8 out of 10 times when you're playing backyard or with your friends, people tend to overshoot. So they lean forward, they try and push through it, and if you don't hit that block perfectly centered, you're going to ricochet left or right, and a lot of times their bag is going to go flying off the board, which means they got 0 points, and you still got that 1 point on the board. But also be careful. I see people throwing blocks that are like a level 2, level 3 block. 2 I can deal with. I don't know if you can see on the board. All right, right here near the hole, that's a level 1 block. That's a level 2. I would not go further than a level 2, because if you go a level 3 and they get around that, they throw a cut shot around that, you have to throw really, really hard down here to try and collect your bag and get your other bag in there. So I always tell people I don't go any further than a level 2 blocker. So being mindful of the things that you're doing out on the boards in these tournaments. So keep practicing. Hopefully these videos are helpful. They're helpful to me because I'm able to sit there and talk about things that I'm passionate about, but also show and see the improvement that I've had from, first episode of season 1 to now, and the type of bags that I'm, gravitating towards. Surprisingly, I'm still with that sticky, floppier bag like the Wizard and even this Guardian XH. So again, hopefully it's helpful. I appreciate everyone. Mom, thank you so much for checking me out. Rick, I appreciate it. Like I said, I love the sport. It's starting to get a little bit cooler here in Wisconsin, so some of the outdoor leagues are almost done. We got one more next week with the Waukesha Moneybaggers group, and then Wednesdays start in November. We'll be at Elks Lodge playing indoors. But I love it. I love and appreciate all of you jumping on here. Until next time, it's your boy the Patriot signing out.